Culture. It's everywhere. Even in the high school. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Culture is everywhere. We don't always think about it, but we are always part of a developing culture. Sometimes there aren't a lot of differences between some cultures. Culture can be helpful in the way that people define themselves and what they stand for, and how they contribute to the values that society shares. Diversity in these values, such as education and family values, can lead to a strong society. But if there is too much diversity in these norms, it can lead to misconceptions and prejudice between cultures. So we asked some high school students about their thoughts on culture.
Culture is like how someone grew up or where they're from, what they do that kind of makes them them.
What defines us as a person and what influences us.
Let's see, culture would have to be, I guess, just all the influences on, I guess, a person's daily life.
Well, it's really important to me, but I'm not sure about my parents because neither of them went to college, but they think it's really important that I go to college.
It's extremely important. If you don't have a good education, you won't be able to get a good job and you won't be able to take care of yourself.
It's really important. My parents aren't the kind that are like pushing you, you have to do this, you have to go and get A's. They're really try your best, because if you put so much pressure on someone, they're gonna crack. But it's important to be educated and make the most of yourself.
In my family, like, education is pretty much number one, and it's the most important thing besides food.
It's very important.
I get to do what I want when I want.
The freedom?
There's way more freedom here. Like, you can do so much more things.
All the different, like the freedom we get, there's a lot of things we can do in our country that we can't do in a lot of other countries.
McDonald's.
A lot of people here are, like, prejudiced. They judge you a lot. In India, like, nobody cares.
Probably how like everyone thinks that we're just the best country in the world. I don't know, there's a lot of arrogance going on.
Probably that everyone's really prejudiced and not really open to a lot of different things.
Because there are so many different people around, if you say something out loud, chances are someone's going to be offended and you're going to be in trouble.
Burger King.
And then
Yeah,
females or
that
something?
happens a lot.
Okay.
It happen. I've seen it everywhere. It happens here. It happens in other countries. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Why?
I don't know, because a lot of people still think that men are better than women in sports and jobs and stuff. I'm an engineer, and a lot of people, like, it's getting better now. A lot of more people want women engineers, but sometimes they don't think they can do it as well as men.
They all think that, like, we have red dots, wear Indian clothes, have thick accents, and, like, that we're super smart.
We're all terrorists.
That we're all super religious, Muslim. We hate America, which we don't.
Most celebrated holiday in my culture is Diwali, where it's like the return of a god saving someone else.
But New Year's is big for us. It's not the same time as American New Year. It's the beginning of spring, and it's kind of just like you thank everyone for being in your life, and you wish everyone good luck. And
Like Christmas, right? Because Christmas is crazy and the stores go bananas.
Probably Christmas. It's really commercial now, but it used to be about family and stuff.
I'm going to say Christmas. I mean, it may not be like the most celebrated, but it's definitely the most commercialized.
That's a tough one. My birthday.
Dinner is definitely a family thing. You always eat with your family. It's not common to eat at different times. Everyone eats together.
Yeah, there's actually a lot. Like, you have to eat with your right hand. That's one of them. We can't eat meat and wash your hands before you eat.
During the month of Ramadan, we fast.
A lot of curry. There's like a bread type of thing that we eat with the curry, and we eat rice with a lot of lentils.
We eat a lot of rice. There's always a rice, and then there's another dish like chicken or lamb with that.
No, there's foods we can't eat.
Like,
Pork.
I think they do. I think that people kind of devalue it because it's different than theirs. Like the adults think that just because it's not what they grew up with, that it's stupid with the piercings or the tattoos. But I think that's really part of their culture. It's a new type of art form that they just haven't appreciated yet.
Yes.
what language is that?
Bosnian.
I would definitely try. It's hard to learn another language, but it's definitely worth it.
Well, in my family, the men take care of the family, and the women help around. I mean, it's like the typical, like back in the old days when men were like the head of the house and the women were just like the women. That sounds really bad.
Not really, I guess. I mean, my parents are trying to be on an equal basis. They both cook, they both clean, they both take care of the kids, they both work. So there's obviously my dad's, the stronger protector, and then my mom's the nice, you go to her when you're crying. So.
I do. I am a Mormon.
No, not anymore. My family does.
Muslim.
Islam.
It's really important to my family. They're always really important, but they're really open-minded about it. They're not the kind that are forcing you to do it because I don't choose to partake in religion, and they say that's fine, just because we believe in something doesn't mean you need to.
It's very important because the beliefs that we have set the standards for our culture personally in our family, and try to live by that as much as we can.
I define success by, like, when you're done with whatever you do, that you feel good about it, like, even if it's not great, even if it's not great for other people, if you think you did good, then I think that's a success.
Being happy with yourself.
Success is working hard to get what you want and being happy with it.
I think success is just where you're happy with yourself. It doesn't really matter how other people view you. If you're happy and you're, happy with your accomplishments, if you're satisfied, then you can't have anyone else tell you that it's not good enough. So.
Work hard. I think anyone can be successful if they work hard and are determined.
From our interviews, we found that everyone's culture is a little bit different. Most everyone we interviewed values family and education. They each have priorities that are set based on their culture. Each person has something in their culture that's different from the others. It's these things like religious beliefs and food that makes our diverse society what it is today. Everyone's culture is different. All these different cultures work together to create a functioning society that's based on sharing ideas, values, gender roles, and norms. Culture cannot be defined by one person. It's defined by many people sharing their beliefs in different ways.